Pelicans lose 121-103 at home. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Love to hear your thoughts on what happened tonight. Before we get in the show, podcast is sponsored by the Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Boot Krewe Media, located at 918 Poydras Street by the Superdome. Give them a call at 504-523-5413 if you or someone you know has been involved in an accident. Birdsall Law Firm, official injury lawyers of Boot Krewe Media. Right now, it's just Lito. Might have 5 joining later. What happened? Let's just get what was that? Lost by 20 at home.
I mean, if you go back to the last pod, where we were talking about matchups going into the playoffs, I said that I don't think this is necessarily a good matchup for the Pelicans, just based on play style, based on a lot of things, based on usage of there you go.
Chaz joined the show. Go ahead.
Based on like the usage of players, based on bro, like their offense is everything I really wish the Pelicans would implement as far as like the motion. You see how they get you see how Keegan got so many open shots tonight? Like it'd be if we could get Trey that kind of like those kind of looks on his shots. Like, I mean, man, they play through their big. He initiates the
Sabonis is
offense.
great, man. Sabonis is good, man. He's a good player.
They're kind of like the opposite of the Pels.
They have an identity. They know what they're going to play. They know what they're going to do. They know every single situation on how they're going to play.
Yeah, man. I just think they're a difficult matchup. I think they're a difficult matchup for us. Like honestly, and to be honest, I mean, I think in the playoffs, I think they'll be a fun team to watch, man. Because like you just don't know with them.
Yeah. I mean, mad respect for the Kings. They're a good team. Chaz, what was kind of frustrating for me, right, is Brandon's got 14 points in the first quarter. He looks to be in a great groove. And then the second quarter, he has 1 field goal attempt. This is your best player. You can't go stretches. You can't go quarters where Brandon Ingram's shooting or just 1 field goal attempt. I felt like the staff of the Kings adjusted. The Pelican staff did not adjust. Oh, Chaz, hold up, you're muted. I don't know. Lito, go ahead. What did you think about the staff? Maybe we'll get Chaz going.
What I think about the Pel staff?
Yeah. What about the lack of adjustments?
I mean,
can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Go ahead, Chaz.
Right.
Go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say, I think this was more of a staff loss. As far as the field goal attempts, I think even toward the end of that first quarter, I thought Brandon started playing a little different. I thought it got a little more hero ball-y. There was it seemed like there was just a lot of jitters from a couple guys, like, overthrown passes, missed rotations. I thought, man, I'm not to single him out. This defensively, I thought Brandon's probably the worst player on the floor defensively tonight. How much of that was schematic, I don't know. But I thought, like, he kept getting beat for the same backdoor cut, bro. And I was just like, no one's going to call this out. Like, no one's going to, acknowledge what's happening here. As far as, like, help him, let him know what's coming. That's what I mean. So I thought off-ball guys, in general, the team was bad off-ball.
So, I mean, if we're going to go that route, I mean, then CJ McCollum was just as bad offensively because I thought was awful tonight. And listen, I get the thumb thing and the torn ligaments, but Lito, when you go 6 of 19 from the field,
you out there, you got to deliver, deep, man.
Right? Like if you're out there, you got to deliver. I thought tonight you want to talk about like hero ball. I mean, I thought he was what had been working for the Pelicans. Brandon's had the ball, Herb's had the ball. They've been facilitating and they've been moving the basketball. Tonight, I did not see that, especially from CJ McCollum.
When you can go back a couple pods ago, right? I said individual one-on-one basketball is what killed the Pelicans. That when we revert back to that, like we die every time. Like there's a way the Pelicans could have beat the Kings tonight. There were many improvisations we could have made in the game plan. Whether you see how they play, they blitz. For whatever reason, they did the same thing last matchup. If you watch how they play BI, you watch how Golden State play BI, they blitz them, right? So I would think that you would expect that. I mean, BI had 7 turnovers tonight, I think. I can't really – it's hard to put everything it's hard to put all those turnovers on him though when you see how the rest of the supporting cast played. A guy like CJ, you bring in to be a veteran, and I'm not trying to dump with CJ because I know I know his thumb is, it is what it is. But like, if your shot not on, like you got to do something else. You got to contribute in other ways. And I think that's, as a basketball player, those are the things that define you, like within those lines, right? So like, my shot not on. Am I getting other guys involved? You know what I'm saying? Am I playing defense? Am I just like a lot of times being on the floor, being a decoy with, CJ's offensive resume, like people are gonna pay attention to him. So I think he could have contributed in other ways. You see your shot not falling, man. Get off the rock.
Yeah, Chaz. And listen, you know me. I'm not this big math, analytics guy. I do the eye test.
I know what you about to say, though. I know what you about to say.
I mean, 42 3-point attempts to 20.
I know you about to say that.
Because at the end of the day, when they're doubling you in 3-point attempts, so obviously they're going to double you in 3-point makes. I mean, it turns into a simple math problem.
Hold on, Chaz, before you answer that, can I say something? So look, Justin, I feel you on that, right? But if you look at their team, and I know what you're getting at, but if you look at their team, bro, all right, Keegan Murray, Barnes, Fox, Herter, Monk, Trey Lyles, even Davion Mitchell,
Sabonis.
Like, you got.
They have good roster construction.
Yeah,
is that? Yeah, I know. And listen, it's one game, but this has been a problem throughout the year.
My only thing I was gonna say is that I don't know if the Pels took 42 threes, who taking them?
Well, I mean, okay. Well, I'm gonna let Chaz answer, but Lito, you can't like get outshot by that much from the 3-point line. It literally turns into a math game. And I agree with you. I don't think we have really good 3-point shooters. But then who does that fall on? Like, we've been knowing that. That's been a weakness of this team for the entire year. But when you get into the playoffs, what do you think teams are going to do, Lito? You don't think they're going to double Brandon? I mean, shit. Like, we got to wake up with that. Of course they're going to game plan for Brandon.
I think, truthfully, man, I know the Kings lost to the Spurs OT the other day, but I really think Spurs playing some good ball, by the way. But I really think that this is just how the Pelicans look most nights when they play real teams, like teams like even if they got like somewhat competent coaching, they're gonna take away.
You didn't think the Clippers were a real team? I mean, I know they're missing Paul George, but
see, the thing with the Clippers got a lot of shit going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of shit going on. So even some stuff I didn't know about, like I didn't know Ty Lue wanted to like quit, like, certain shit, like, but again, you playing a team that's 100%. Of course, you're not 100% Mrs. Zion, but you playing a team that's 100%. Their roster is made to just bust a team like yours ass. Like, they made to beat people like you who don't shoot a lot of threes, take a lot of shots in the dumb zone, don't really collapse the defense necessarily. Also, if you look at how the game started, it was totally unsustainable. Like, De'Aaron Fox started off taking like 4 threes. You're like, nah, that's not how De'Aaron Fox plays. That's gonna figure itself out. Herter looked incredible to start the game, and it's just like we never really, we never really figured it out. And I thought once we went cold, it just wasn't there. And one thing I want to point out to Trey, I thought they generated a couple looks for Trey, and he didn't knock a couple of them down. But defensively, right, he's in the right spots now. That's cool. But he's starting to get like that reverse Dyson thing, where Dyson can't jump on offense, but he can jump on defense. Trey can jump on offense, but he can't jump on defense. So I'm like, you got perfect vertical, and I've seen this all season. Like, when he has been in the right spots, you got perfect verticality, got your arms up, but you can't get the block. He can't like tip the ball. He can't like contest, like, and it's just like, damn, why is that? What's missing from that? I think he got to just get a little bit more elevation on those rim defenses.
You've been seeing, I kind of see where you're going with it, Chaz, but like also like to Trey's defense, like I'm not saying he's like this great defender, but he has been getting more blocks. I feel like he's been using his length a little bit more, but yeah, I mean, he's got a lot. Listen, he's a second year guy. He's
Yeah.
done. He'll get it there.
Yeah, he's making a lot of great strides.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about this for the next like 5-7 minutes. We'll wrap it up here. But okay, so you lose against the Kings at home. I'm looking at it right now. Lakers are up 3 with 3 minutes left in the third. Who knows how that goes? The Warriors are down 5 early in the second. Mm-hmm. Okay, say the Pelicans go 3-1. Are they going to make the top 6? And what happens if they go 2-2 in this stretch?
I think it's necessary that they go 3-1 to make the top 6. I mean, look, I kind of had tonight as like I thought tonight was coming into it. I thought it was, it would be. I want to bless you. I thought it would be.
Bless you.
I thought they were showing more urgency. I think, and like I mean, everybody knows what's at stake right now. So I thought the urgency would be there. I had the Grizz like possibly giving us tomorrow off, but now I don't know. Like, do they want like? I mean, if they don't win tomorrow, I don't know if they maintain second place, right?
So no, the Grizzlies won tonight, so they're up 2. Yeah, so they went, so they can still drop a game and then. But you know what I learned, Chaz and Lito, I learned that the Kings have the tiebreaker over the Grizzlies, so I think the Grizzlies have to play tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. I think that they,
like if we would have beaten the Kings, right? If we would have beaten the Kings tonight, the Grizzlies would have been up 3 games. They probably would have punted tomorrow, and the Pelicans would beat them there. But since they lost tonight, it's 2 games now, and basically the Kings have the tiebreaker of the Grizzlies, so the Grizzlies have to play and win.
But wait, the Pelicans can't fall out of playoff contention at this point, though. Right? Play in contention at this point, though, right?
I mean, they would have to lose.
I mean, they go 0-4.
They lose every game, and Dallas would also have to win every game. So it's probably unlikely that they fall out. They pretty much end.
So let me say this. Let me say this. Justin, you asked me a question earlier about coaching staff and like what I saw tonight. Domantas Sabonis had 16, 11, and 12. So here's my thing, right? If he's gonna score points, get people involved, and get all the rebounds, I think we totally mismanaged on how we guard him. I don't know why
we doubled way too much.
Why not play him one-on-one?
Was it crazy? Could you have put Herb on Sabonis at all, or would that have been just?
I personally feel
finally.
Like
I don't know if you noticed it, but they finally. It took them till the fourth quarter, but they took the short roll away. They finally lifted Trey up, but it took them 3 quarters to make this adjustment.
See, that's what I be talking about. Like when I say I want like adjustments, I mean like in-game adjustments, like on the fly.
Like Mike Brown doing it in the 2 minutes left in the first.
And look, man, I know you hear that and you think I'm shitting on Willie, but like I'm not shitting on Willie.
It's not Willie.
No, I'm not talking about Willie at all when I say that. But let me say this: if I'm the Pelicans, Sabonis just go ahead to give me 30 or 40. He can't
just keep leaving Keegan Murray open for 3, especially first.
Sabonis gotta beat me. He gotta beat me.
It's like who? Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to ask you, Chaz, because the original question, right, was the 3 and like if they go 3-1. I'm not saying if they go 3-1, I don't think they can get top. Do you think they get the top 6? I guess they can.
I don't think. Truthfully, I don't think it matters though. To be honest, I don't even think they should be here right now. So the fact that shit kind of went their way and they managed to be in this position, just get into the tournament. Once you get healthy,
you can't. I don't think you can get in the tournament as a 9-10 seed if you really want to make the playoffs. You have to be 7 or 8.
I think they're going to be like a 7, 6, 7, 8 seed. I feel less confident about the 6 seed, but even if you get in there at 8, really, if you give yourself 2 chances to win 1 game at home, then you should be all right. Because if you can't beat OKC or if you can't beat Minnesota at home, then if you can't win 1 of 2 games at home, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs anyway.
Right.
So
that's what I was thinking. Like if you go 3-1, right, you'll get to the 7 or 8 seed. So, but once again, you got to win in Minnesota. I mean, that's gonna be tough. I mean, also we gotta talk about this. We'll wrap it up with this, Lito, but I don't know. You're hearing conflicting reports with Zion, right? You hear NBA Central say that there's no timetable. You hear Shams say he's getting like 3-on-3, but it hasn't been, he hasn't been cleared for 5-on-5. Then Lopez says, Willie Green says we ideally like to get him a practice. Well, there's only one more practice scheduled, and that's on Saturday in Minnesota. So, what is it? Like at this point, what is it? No timetable to return. He needs to get a practice in. He's only done 3-on-3. He wasn't on the bench tonight, by the way. Didn't see him the entire game, which I thought was interesting as well. Is he gonna come back? Do you think he comes back? I mean, once again, I know I asked who I asked last night, Chaz. I think I asked whoever. I might have asked Lito. No, I asked Chris. I says he coming back. I mean, are they gonna throw him in the fire without a practice?
I mean, it doesn't look like they have a choice if they want him to play, right? But man, Justin, I'm gonna say this in the most positive way I can. I can only talk about the guys who are here. I can only talk about the guys who are active. You know what I'm saying? Like I can only talk about the guys who I see. And that's no offense to Zion, but like I don't like you asking me to give hope to something that like is kind of like a hopeless situation. I'm not saying hopeless as Zion is a hopeless player, but I'm saying like you believe in Santa Claus?
My 2-year-old does.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just kind of. I mean, it's kind of like that situation. Like, are you gonna leave the cookies underneath? Are you gonna leave the cookies on the table and the milk and shit? It's like,
Chaz. Go ahead.
I don't really make much of him not being on the sideline. And with the NBA Central thing, they were quoting Shams. They were quoting
Shams didn't say that.
Well, he pretty much said there's like no official timetable. He's doing some like 3-on-3 work or whatever that means, right? As far as the practice thing, I don't think it really matters because most of these dudes look like they don't practice anyway. So this team hardly practices. So I don't think.
Well, you know that, but you know that.
Yeah,
during
but
the
I'm
season,
saying,
there's not much practice.
But I'm saying practice. That's like a competent organization type problem. Like that ain't something a team like the Pelicans need to worry about. Just get the talented dude out there so you don't have to play some of these other guys anymore. And whatever happens. Look, when I say you're not even supposed to be here, Brandon's played 38 games so far this season. Zion's going to be if he comes back Friday, he's going to be played like maybe 31 or something like that. Everything fell your way. Stop looking to gift horse in the mouth. Stop worrying about trying to be, a top Look, you don't have no advantage in matchups with anybody. You don't match up well against the Kings. You don't match up well against anybody. This team stinks. This team just got lucky. So just get to the tournament and hope someone else gets hurt, and then you take advantage. That's all that matters.
Hey, what was the Pelicans record last season?
36 and 36 and 46, something like that. No,
so
30. Something like that.
No, yeah, whatever.
So let me ask you a question. Let's say they make the play-in, right? I mean, it looks like they're destined to make the play-in regardless. Like I can't see them missing the play-in, right? But they make the play-in. With everything that's happened as far as like injury-wise, rotation-wise, just like everything that's happened with this team, would you consider this season a success?
No, I don't. I mean, the only way I said that's a great question because what I said was, if they somehow win, and I think you all agree with this, if they somehow win a first round playoff series, it's a success. Anything else is not a success, in my opinion. Like,
you know what?
Like I don't think being in the play-in. Sorry, Chaz. I don't think being in the when. I don't know. That's kind of a loaded question, but I don't think the play-in's a success. I think you have to win a first round playoff series. Like that's success. That's growing. Like you got there last year. You lost in 6. Well, right. How do you grow?
But under the circumstances were
the circumstances are the same as last year. What do you mean? I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing.
You know what? I originally said it was top 6 or bust, but I've changed my perspective on that. I would say it's a success for the players, but it's an organizational failure. And I say that because I knew Willie Green was bad last year, but I didn't know he was like awful.
I don't think it's this. I don't think it's fair, Chaz. I don't think it's fair to put this on Willie. I really don't. I don't think it is. He has not had his 2 best players, and I know he hasn't had. He's had his 2 best players
Justin,
for what's. What's 12 games? Or I'm sorry,
Yeah.
there's 3 best players for 12 games.
But Justin,
whatever
they wasn't
110.
that good when they was together, Justin. And also,
I mean, I think
again,
it's unfair to say. I mean, they
Justin,
were pretty
but
decent.
Justin, again, if I sue fucking somebody, I'm not gonna like, hey, Ronald McDonald, I want to sue your fucking line cook. I'm suing McDonald's, bro.
Hold up.
All right, dog.
You know when they had Zion.
Zion is good. No one else, the staff is not good. Like, they just aren't good.
So look, let me answer that question. I kind of feel like, and I'm with you, Chaz, because I said the same thing. I was like top 6, or you know, like being in the playing tournament to me was not a success this year. But I ain't gonna lie to you, going on a 10-game losing streak in the middle of the season, like with Zion missing what he missed, with BI missing what he missed, with, you know, CJ and whoever else being, you know, not readily available all the time, the setbacks that, you know, they've had scheme wise. I think if they get to the plan, regardless if they win a playoff series or not, I think you kind of gotta consider this a success. And I think you gotta give credit to Willie Green, truthfully, because like if you look at it like this, right? I don't know a lot of coaches in the league right now that would have been able to hold this type of shit together. Like, this shit was terrible at one point, right? And to be in the position that you in, you could still possibly be top 6, 7 seed. I think you kind of got to call that a win.
That's a very fair point for all the stuff he's had to deal with. I just think that going into the season, if we said, "Hey, we're gonna be in a playing game," like, would you have thought that was successful?
No. It would have sounded crazy, but like,
crazy.
Once you wrote out the whole story and I saw the whole script, and I'm like, damn, he did this. Damn, he had to deal with that. Wow, this was going on too.
So then, why is he always dealing with something? Why?
I mean,
why is it that? Why are we always dealing with something? And like, it's one game. They might reel off three in a row to end the year and get top 6. But I think y'all both make valid points. Like, it's just a season where there's, once again, in my opinion, Lito, to answer, I guess, your question, is that we still have so many questions. We still don't know what this team looks like. We still don't know what Brandon, CJ, and Zion look like. We don't know anything. So you go into the offseason again with the same questions you had as last offseason. So I don't see that as trending upward. I see that as staying the same, in my opinion. So I don't know
Justin, you know what that is? That's your expectations.
My expectations are what? Trying to win basketball games?
No. I'm saying in general, like, that's your expectations. Like, you expected them to take a leap, which I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that's what comes with, like, success expectations on trying to get you.
And
like,
I completely agree. But when you get guys saying that championship contenders, we want to hang banners, we want to do this, you raise ticket prices, you do all this stuff. Well, I expect you to win basketball games. Like, I don't think I'm crazy for wanting that.
I don't think you're wrong, but I think, again, when you look at the script, how this shit played out, it was no way.
Listen, I completely. Coach Green's got to deal with a lot of bullshit. Like, we can all agree with that. We can all agree with that. Even Chaz, you can agree with that, bro.
I think he's a part of the bullshit, to be honest.
No,
I think he's a big part of it, bro.
He even got to deal with his assistant coaches. Like,
it's like, my thing is, like, Kyra didn't play tonight, right? Again, Jax doesn't play again. It's like,
you don't, but Willie doesn't handle rotations. Chaz.
But, okay, so tell me, but the thing is, then why are you here? All right, like, if you don't handle rotations, you don't handle offense, you don't handle defense.
Hold up, but once again, though, Coach Willie Green has not been able to even pick his staff yet. He's gotten picked 2 people.
He picked Collins. Who handles the
that's
rotations.
fine. One of our biggest problems actually is offensive scheme, and that's Casey Hill, who was part of Stan Van Gundy's.
But I'm talking about, like, again,
coaching staff,
like Kyra and Jack specifically. Like, okay, coach, give him some run. Larry, if anything, save Larry for the playoffs. Like, give him a little run. won't do it. And this has been an ongoing issue. So it's just like it's favoritism. You know, it's a little favoritism going on. And it's like, come on.
Yo, I'm with Chaz on that point on a part of like the Kyra minutes to me are like it's kind of baffling at this point. You know, like I just don't know like what else the kid could do to get on the floor. And the unfortunate thing about him is like his rotation. I mean, his development is like.
Bro, they stunning Kyra, bro. Like they just killed him. Like
bro, he got 3 minutes tonight.
Bro, and it was
I didn't know he
I'd
got
rather
any.
just send. I would have just rathered him be in the G League the entire year. You wasted another year after the kid tore an ACL. You wasted another year of him. Like that's the stuff I'm talking about. No, and Chaz, you're right too. Like at the end of the day, Coach Green is like he's the head coach. So if like I don't want this substitution, I should have the right to say. But once again, we don't know that. I don't know if that's fully the story. That's all I'm going to say about that. So play the Grizzlies tomorrow and probably definitely a must win at home. Then you get the Knicks Friday and then you get the Timberwolves Sunday. Chaz, Lido. Pelicans lose 121-103. Like, comment, subscribe. Love to hear your thoughts on why the Pelicans lost. We will see you tomorrow night.